us. At this point, we're going to welcome Dina Shacknai to the show. Now, Dina, the police ruled your son's death an accident. You would like them to reinvestigate. Tell me why.
Yes. Based on the findings that were presented to me by independent experts with impeccable credentials, one of whom, Drs. Bove and Melanik, one of Dr. Bove from Exponent and Dr. Melanik from the San Francisco Medical Examiner's Office, presented information to me that definitively stated that Max suffered an assault scenario, and consequently he died of a homicide. He was the victim of a homicide.
Now, we actually called the Coronado Police Department, and we got this statement on the case from Public Information Officer Leah Corbin. Quote, "We did meet with Dina and her team on July 26th. We will review the information that they had provided." Now, Dina, here's the thing for me. This case came to life for me today because I saw some pictures of your son sick in the ICU bed. And I got to tell you, it was heartbreaking. It was just absolutely heartbreaking. And I don't know how you get over something like that. And is this what that's about, part of the search for justice, helping you grieve?
I think, as any parent would, I want to find the truth about what happened to my son, and I agree with you that those pictures were shocking and horrific. Seeing him in person was even worse.
Oh.
Having gone through all of the medical examiner photos myself, it was a horrible experience I wouldn't wish on anybody, and certainly not a parent. The resolution for me in his death is to find the truth for him so that he has justice, and then going forward, maybe other kids, moms and dads and families can be helped. And that is the resolution.
Dina, I'm looking at
truth and help.
Dina, I'm looking at a picture of him. A couple things I want. First, I want you to tell me what kind of kid he was. And I'm going to ask your permission. Can we show some of the pictures of maybe just his back and his hands, just so people get a sense of who we're talking about here? Yes,
you can. Yes.
And tell me about him, Max.
So, Maxie was, he and I were the best fit. I told him every day that I was the luckiest mommy in all the universes to have him. And when I saw him in the morning, he had an enormous smile, and he would look up at me, and I really felt like I had won the lottery every day. I know you've seen pictures of him smiling. It's not that we just caught him in a moment. He was like that every single day. He was the most loving, smart, funny, generous boy. I mean, I'm obviously, it's subjective, I'm his mom, but I couldn't imagine a better son. So this loss of Max is devastating for me.
I am so sorry. It's just you know, again, when you bring it to life like that, it's like being kicked in the stomach. There you are together. Let's show some of the viewers where he ended up in the ICU. Let's at least just show the hands and the back, and I guess what at issue here is whether somebody assaulted him before he fell over the railing, and whether there's his back, I think some of the injuries that he suffered. Let's see his hands, if you could show us. Again, something about seeing human hands brings somebody to life. I will not show the pictures of his face. That's just too much. But do we have the picture with the back and the railing, the matchup that Dina has sort of put together? Well, there's his little hand. God, it's just so. This whole thing is devastating. So let me take it to why we're here and why we're talking about this. Is you think some wrongdoing? You think somebody did something sinister with him? How could that happen? I mean, I would think that if you know the only people. Here's what was alleged to have happened. We're looking at the pictures, Dina, of the fall down the stairway where he fell onto the railing. The chandelier went with him. Let me go to Angela, your attorney, and look back at what the police allege happened and what your investigators think in fact happened. Can you tell me about that, Angela?
Yes. The investigators for the Coronado Police Department, in conjunction with the Sheriff's Department, announced at a press conference a number of weeks after Maxie's death that it was an accident. They provided a diagram that they alleged depicted what had happened.
Angela, I'm going to show that again so people understand what it is we're talking about. If you guys could throw that up there. This is what they're saying, that he fell over the railing on the very top of this three-story staircase. Come on, guys, show that for me. And then he, well, that's actually the staircase. I want to see there we go. Somehow fell over the railing here, tumbled, hit the rail on his back, and we showed the injuries on his back that they claim came from this particular rail, and then down and hit his head, and that was the terminal event. But your investigators say something different. First of all, how does a 6-year-old fall over a rail like that? It just doesn't happen. They'd have to jump over the rail. I mean,
right.
maybe he was trying to swing on the chandelier or something. I mean, if they want to allege that, I don't know. I don't think he was that kind of kid. But how do they come up with that stuff?
Well, we weren't part of the investigation from the Coronado Police Department. What we did see was the diagram, which didn't make sense to Dina to begin with. And then 3 weeks after the press conference, when the accidental scenario was announced, we got a copy of the Dr. Gomez's report, who actually was hired by the Coronado Police Department to do this reenactment. Again, it didn't make sense, so that's when Dina decided that she really needed to find out if that was true. And when we hired these individuals who didn't know each other, we didn't know them, we looked for people with great credentials, and they told us, we're going to find the truth based on science. Whether you like it or not, we're going to tell you what we find. Not only did they, oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say, and now you want the police to reopen this case, and